Hello again, everyone. Hope you are well. On this Thursday afternoon, it is February the 13th, and this month is flipping by, y'all. But yes, we're almost into Friday, into another weekend soon. Several things to cover here. The swamp creatures are running scared, and scared they are, and the more scared they get, the more they behave like a cornered animal. And we know what a cornered animal / evil demon devil does is they will react. Therefore, we are seeing a big increase in the violent rhetoric, which is starting to really concern me more and more. It really is. So I have a deep concern about that. I'll tell you why. I also have a concern, well, for several reasons. I'll go into it. Also, I have a terrific passage that I will share with you towards the end of this video, so you want to stay tuned for that, most definitely. The swamp creatures. You know who they're scared of? Well, they haven't been scared of us in quite a while. And maybe they're starting to, but who they're really, really scared of are the people who are getting confirmed, y'all. They're on a big win streak right now. Tulsi Gabbard, Director of National Intelligence, Pam Bondi, Attorney General. They really need to be concerned about that one. And today, RFK Jr. confirmed as HHS, Health and Human Services Secretary. I was really glad to see that. It'll be interesting to see what comes out of that. There's so much corruption. There's so many powerful, evil entities out there that want to keep us unhealthy through the food and just outright propaganda, commercials, you name it. But I'm glad to see that. Also, Kash Patel is on deck. And from what I understand, he's close to being confirmed. I think the Senate, I guess, has to vote on that. At least as far as I record this, it doesn't look like he's been confirmed yet. So hopefully that's coming soon. I guess maybe by tomorrow. And that dude, they are really... You want to talk about... If you thought they were scared of Pam Bondi, which they probably should be, and Tulsi maybe, Kash Patel, that dude, that's the one they've really been targeting, and they've really been after him because they know the ones who scream the loudest against him. You really, I'm sure he's taking notes, but the ones who scream the loudest, who seem the most desperate, are the ones he's probably going to look at the most because they have the most to lose, most likely, and it's very telling. It really is. Now, is the guy perfect? I'm sure he's not. But from all that I can gather, he would be a good choice to lead the FBI. That'll be a monumental task in itself, I'm sure. As corrupt as it's been, and I'm sure there's a lot of good people in it, Hopefully he can retain the good and jettison the bad, right? Other than that, they're running scared because of other things. I mean, Dawg, the Department of Government Efficiency, led by Mr. Musk, is running roughshod and doing more than that. It's scorched earth, y'all. And I really hope they're firming up the Secret Service protection, security for these folks, not just for Trump, definitely for him, but the people that are around him. And Mr. Elon Musk seems to be a big target, maybe even as much or more than Trump right now, that they're railing against. So I really hope, they have some good people around him and all of them, the families too. The families. This is an effort to dismantle the forces of darkness in this deep state thing, y'all. That has assaulted the American people for years. Not just the last 4 years, for many years. Fleeced us beyond recognition with our own tax dollars and say you're going to like it. And we don't like it. And we made a decision to stand up in November. And it's going to change. The theft is what it is. Criminal. Fraud, waste, the lawfare, the political prisoners. Don't forget, do not forget about what they've done. They hired what, 80,000 or something like that, agents from for the IRS to further go after you and take more of your stuff, more of your money that you've worked hard to earn and trying to do the right thing every day. They reward criminals of all kinds. They want to take more of your assets, tax you more, make you more dependent on the state and like it, own less, be more unhealthy, fight against each other, be at each other's throats. That's what they want. That's what they've been trying to get. And they almost did it. They almost did it, y'all. And they're still trying. Saw a while ago where Trump was signing a plan that will look at implementing reciprocal tariffs on countries that tax or limit markets for American goods. So in other words, from the way he was describing it, he will match the tariffs that have been imposed on the United States. I think he used an example of the EU. I believe he said the EU. They had been taxing their tariff was like over 10% on us, on the United States. And they've lowered that down to like 2 point something. I think he said 2.5, which is what our tariff on them will be. So making it fair, so he said, and describing it. The way he described it, it does sound fair. And taking questions. I mean, how... it's just nice to see. I mean, in the Oval Office, signing things, getting things done, inviting the press in, and fielding questions. He doesn't walk off in a stupor and turn around and smile and snicker and all that kind of stuff and say dumb stuff and walk away. He actually sits there and takes it and gives responses. It's nice to see. Without a teleprompter. He just talks and knows his stuff. Is he going to throw zingers and be a bit arrogant? Yeah, he is. He is arrogant. Maybe that's what we need. I think it is. You want to talk about stoking some, and I don't see some civil war. I don't see how this is not inciting violence. Sedition, maybe. I don't see how it's not. California Democrat. He said, now this is what he said, quote unquote, bring actual weapons in the fight for democracy versus Elon Musk and Trump. Now he really was singling out Elon for going through and trying to eliminate waste and save the taxpayers' money. I've been talking about this for a while, but this just happened, I think either yesterday or earlier today. This California Democrat from California, Representative Robert Garcia, called Elon Musk. He called him a profane word, y'all. He called him that other name, the slang name for Richard. Let's just put it that way. That's what he called him, and he doubled down on it and called him again. Called him that again. And after that, he said the American public. He said the American public wants for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight. It's for the future of the country, for democracy. Now, what does that sound like to y'all? Are we on the cusp of some kind of civil war now? Did we think we avoided it from this by having this election? But in actuality, have one happen this year? I wonder if he's sure he wants that. Mr. Garcia, you sure you want this? Do you want that? I don't think he would like the result. I think the problem he'll have, and others like him who've been parroting this on the Democratic congressmen and women who are inciting violence. The thing is, are they going to get the average Joe and Jane on the left to bring it like that? You really think so? Now, I've been saying for a while, and I'll stand by this, I believe in the spring and summer, they're going to mount a huge, huge effort to get in the streets and really cause a lot of havoc. I really think they're going to do that. I think the result is going to be a little bit different from the last time. What was it? Maybe a lot different from, what is that, 2020, the summer of 2020? You remember that? I believe they're going to try it again. Now, like I said, I don't think it's going to go so well this time. But the violent rhetoric is increasing big time, and it's coming from that side, not the right side. So who's the one calling for violence now? Because they're scared out of their wits. And when people are scared, they're more apt to do stupid stuff. Like this. What's that thing? FAFO? Mm-hmm. Yeah. My concern, too, is that the nutcases that hear this can inspire some loose cannon nut to go do something stupid. How is this not inciting violence? The last time they burned almost every major city, big time, looted, murder, destruction of property, including federal property that was just allowed to happen. Yeah. I think they're going to try it again. If they can get them in the streets now, I don't know. Like I said, they got all this rhetoric going. But like I said, I think the real danger is it's going to inspire some lunatics. And that's a real possibility, y'all. So we definitely need to be careful out there, of course, as we should be. And keep aware. But that is my concern. And, you know, like I mentioned before, it can inspire some really powerful people that are in these positions that can pull a lot of strings, desperate because they know they're about to be under the microscope and in danger of being hauled in themselves to do drastic measures, to take drastic measures. Therefore, like I've said, I am concerned about the health of the president and those around him. Even other Republicans. And that could be at a federal, state, or local level, y'all. It really could. It could come from where you don't expect it or where they don't expect it. Something to think about, something to ponder. In the meantime, you're like, well, Dawg, what do we do? Well, we need to keep up our prep. Number one is spiritual. And we definitely need to be on top of our security, our self-defense practice. And just stay aware. Now, it's hard to keep up with all the news and everything's going on. I think we need to definitely make sure we're just staying focused on ourselves, our homes, and taking care of our families and operating as efficiently as we can and taking care of ourselves and those around us, our loved ones, our family. All right. I'm going to go do a passage. If you have I don't know why this popped in my brain. Maybe it's because I'm supposed to say it, but if you have some elderly neighbors, especially right around you there, check on them. Just check on them. Or family members. If you haven't heard from them in a minute, check on them. All right. Okay, I'm into Hebrews. I believe this was the Bible app verse of the day too. And it kind of went by me, and I'm like, I had to read it a couple times and really kind of think about it. And then I started to see the impact the impact of it. This is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 10 says, "For the one who has entered his rest has himself also rested from his works, as God did from his." Just as God rested on his works, we should rest from ours. Hard work. He wants us to work hard. I have no doubt about that. But he also said to rest. At least one day. And not get so wrapped up in it to where, and I've mentioned this before, but I see examples, not just where I work, but throughout my career and other places and other people, is that people are so in the rat race. They never take a break. They never take a step back and unplug and decompress and take a break from all the rigmarole, And I think it's a good thing to do. We should do that. He wants us to do that. Don't be so wrapped up in that title and that job description that you can't even rest for a minute. You got to take care of you too. And rest in the arms of Jesus and stay close to him. Because that's where the peace is, I hope that makes sense. All right, let's be careful out there. Let's be safe. Share your thoughts. God bless y'all. I'll see you soon.